From the News Channel 5 Network, this is Morning Line.
We'll get to it all.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us on Morning Line. Nick Barris here on a rainy Tuesday, and it's a good day to sit back and join in the conversation. I don't know if you're watching this show this morning from an apartment or maybe a house. Maybe you're staying in a hotel right now and you're watching the show. But whatever the case, if you've ever been in a position thinking about buying property or buying a home for yourself, obviously Nashville and this Middle Tennessee region, in fact, the state as a whole, but especially here in the mid-state region, you know it is one of the hottest places to live in the country right now. And part of it, that's good. It is great that you live in an attractive place. The other part, of course, is there's so much demand that the price is up there. And specifically in the Nashville market, we know during the recent mayor race, it was a big deal, affordable housing in the city. What do we do about that? What do we do about people that are in a position now that maybe want to buy a home? And we're seeing a lot of people now opting to some degree, saying, I just don't think a home's for me. And the rent is something that people are going for and renting places, but those are getting very expensive, apartments, and there's fewer and fewer of them available. We're going to get into what kind of options are out there for individuals looking first-time home buyers, or perhaps someone in a home looking for something bigger, going through a state program that can help you with this. And I think a lot of people maybe aren't aware of it. That's one reason we're doing the show. But a lot of people want to live the American dream and buy themselves a house. So this morning, we're talking about that with our guest, Ralph Perry. Good morning to you, sir.
Nick. Good to have you.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
It's good to have you here. You're with the state, the Tennessee Housing Development Agency.
Right.
And I guess one of the focuses of what you do is finding ways to get folks into homes, especially first-time home buyers.
Exactly. I mean, that's our bread and butter.
Yeah.
We provide mortgage financing to primarily first-time home buyers of moderate middle income. And sometimes it surprises people how much that stretches. In the metro Nashville area, a family of 3 or more, we can be talking about household income of close to $90,000, and you're still qualified to work with our mortgage product.
And what is the benefit of working with the state doing this? You get lower interest rates or more guaranteed loans?
A couple of things.
Okay.
Because we're the state's housing finance agency, we've got some underwriting flexibility. If your credit is still around the 640, 650 credit score range, we can work with you.
What's a perfect score?
Oh, close to 800.
Okay.
Yeah.
I asked that because I'm nowhere close to it. But go ahead.
Yeah. So, 640, 650.
Okay. Not perfect
most
credit.
of our customers come in a little stronger than that. But yeah, that's not perfect credit. You might have had a blip here or there. The other thing is, of course, you're within our income parameters. We don't do really big houses for really high income folks. But we make available down payment and closing cost assistance, because what we find, a lot of first-time buyers, they may have sufficient income to afford the home. Their credit's in pretty good shape. What they don't have is a lot of money saved up to help them get in the house, or even if they've got the down payment, those last few $1,000s of closing costs can be a barrier. So what we offer, and the best place to look at this is, we've got a consumer website, which is simply greatchoicetn.com.
Okay.
And when you go there and you click on first-time home buyer, what you find is a competitive rate on a 30-year fixed rate, no gimmick mortgage with available down payment and closing cost assistance, plus information on which lenders in this area offer that product.
So you're saying that it's not you partner with the lenders. This loan is not coming from your agency.
No, we're not the lender. We're the secondary market.
So what role do you play? What did the lenders? Why do the lenders appreciate going through you for this? Do you help guarantee the loan? Do you back it up?
Yeah, we buy the loan from them. They make money originating it, but we buy the loan, and it's on our books.
Gotcha.
So they're getting their lending capital back, and it's there for the next guy. What we offer for lenders, and the reason they want to work with us, is we're a market expanding opportunity. If you've got the THDA Great Choice product in your menu of mortgage options, you have the ability to close a loan for somebody you might otherwise have to send down the street because you can't reach them with another product that may require different kind of credit parameters, or that can't be matched with down payment closing cost assistance.
Okay, that makes sense.
So it expands business for our lender partners, and we pride ourselves on having a really good back office execution for them, and we keep the mortgage money flowing. We've designed a product that is we think an excellent value for first-time home buyers. Here's a quick quiz. I mean, you've heard that the mortgage market is up a little bit.
Right.
Just by going out and marketing and doing community outreach and making more people aware. What do you think our loan production is up this year?
Well, I was going to ask you how many loans have been done.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're talking about in this year compared to last year. Are you doing more this year than last year in outreach?
Yeah, but take a wild guess how.
I don't know, 10%?
51%.
Is increased, and this is because these people did not know about it last year.
That's what we think, you know, because unlike some of what's being discussed in Washington, we haven't expanded our eligibility. We haven't dumbed down the underwriting. It's still the same product, but our suspicion is, you know, there are a lot of people who have never heard of THDA, or they think, you know, like a guy who came up to me after one of my appearances and said, you know, Ralph, THDA, I thought you all just help poor people. You know, my wife and I, we make $68,000. We're not poor. We're trying to buy a house. We didn't know you could help us.
Right.
That's our customer.
Yeah.
So we've done some direct outreach. We've done some community engagement. We work very hard with our lenders so they understand that we have a product that can help them execute more loans, which is good business. And as a result, we have done 51% more loans this year than last. And that has a pretty good impact on the state's economy.
Well, I would think, I would think part of the reason, too, in addition to that, is that this is becoming every progressive year a more desirable place to live. So you have more people moving here as well and looking at. Now, I wanted to link that to the question of demand and supply. And we both know that the price of homes in some of these very desirable areas are going up in price. And that's where I think a lot of people out there are thinking, I'd like to buy a home, especially someone around the Nashville area. And I know you probably don't deal with as much as right in the heart of city here, but can't afford it.
Yeah, well, you know, supply and demand. When a lot of people want something, it does go up. And I was very encouraged to see affordable housing being a subject of discussion. Typically,
what are the price of the homes that you guys will help finance for a first-time home buyer?
Well, we will go up to about $230,000. Okay. Now, that won't get you something right here in downtown or close in, but on any given weekend when you pick up the real estate section, you'll find the majority of the homes listed for sale there you could reach with a THDA mortgage, you know, if your income lets you get that. Our typical customer is a household income of about $58,000. They've got a credit score of about 685, and they're coming to us for some down payment and closing costs.
Is this a couple with kids, would you say? Just a couple? I don't know if you know that.
You know, sometimes it is. I'd have to look and see.
But what the income
they're buying a house that's probably in, you know, in the 125, 130 range. That's our average customer and statewide. Now, I suspect if we just looked at the subset of Middle Tennessee, which is a big chunk of our business, you're probably getting a little higher purchase point.
Okay. And now, how, if you would, just for the folks watching right now that maybe are intrigued by this, all right, let's talk about that couple you just described and their income. How do they start with this? They contact your organization?
Well, the best place to start is the website.
Okay, go to the website.
GreatChoiceTN.com.
Gotcha.
And you'll have some options there if you're a first-time buyer. If you're a repeat buyer, because in more than half of Tennessee's counties, and we got a map there to help you figure that out, you don't have to be a first-time home buyer. And I should point out that the definition of first-time home buyer is you haven't owned a home in the last 3 years.
So this could be someone who's owned a home before, for whatever reason left, and has been living in an apartment for 3 years.
Right. You're now a first-time home
again.
buyer. Yeah. And if you have any kind of military connection, we've got some special stuff. But, you know, click the spot that makes sense for you. It'll give you a rough overview of the mortgage terms that our lenders can offer you. It'll give you a list of lenders in your area who offer the Great Choice Mortgage Program, and then you talk to them about the loan. We also provide information about home buyer education and counseling, which we require on our loans, because we find that makes people more aware of what they're getting into, better prepared for the experience, less likely to make the small financial mistakes that might get you jammed up down the road. All that information is at GreatChoiceTN.com, and that's a great place to start.
Do they come to you typically before they've started looking for their homes, or have they been out looking, they find the home, and now it's a question of financing, and then they come to you? And I'm guessing the website, because you're not a realtor, is not listing available homes, is it?
No.
Okay.
No.
But you know, when do they typically want to come to you?
You know, it depends. Some people start by going to a counselor going, you know, I don't know where to start, or I need some help, or, you know, I need to improve my credit to get ready.
Sure.
And then the counselor will say, you know, a THDA Great Choice loan might be your best option. Let's go talk to a lender. Sometimes they're working with a realtor and they find the house, and then they're going to look for where to find mortgage financing and get connected with a lender. Sometimes they go to the lender that they already bank with and go, I'd like to talk about a mortgage.
Yeah.
And what we want to make sure is that all of those partners know that the Great Choice loan product really is a great choice for most people who are looking to make that first home purchase.
All right, we've kind of set the table for you and laid it out. We're going to take a break, all right? When we come back, we'll be back with the executive director. We can take some of your phone calls, and I want to get into more details about how the process works, and maybe the bigger picture, too, about what this means for the state. As you say, what you're doing, I would imagine, is in place not only just to help people but get their homes, but in general everyone for the economy, right?
It sure is.
It drives the economy. You know how home buying and building does that.
Yeah.
The number is 737-7587. Are you thinking about buying another home? We can also get into any programs that are possibly in place for folks who are not necessarily first-time home buyers. And I don't know, I touched on that when you sat down with me before we went on air. So we'll be back with your phone calls. Lines open, 737-7587. If you're on hold, stay there. Take some calls till the 9 o'clock hour. Back right after this.